This is Real FM.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry, just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle
Now,
Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating.
go
They like a natural disaster.
Now.
10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas
and
and
down on their knees.
And I'm begging, oh, now we and I did one week.
now.
Prophesy to the country. Streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing, oh, now this is my humble petition. And not the date for election.
Now,
Please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess.
before things fall apart and the riot starts.
Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation.
Go
To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and
down on their knees.
And I'm begging, they try to stick me with Rashmi. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Please, Mrs. Pamela. Take Munila and Sharma. Go. Nah. Please. Them and them minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat-eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni. Sweet man Glenn and Sharma came face to face with the karma. And it was awful,
Gone through it to pull.
don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they does follow.
Now,
Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample.
go
It's only vice they desire. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas and
down on their knees.
and a bleeding gold. Now before we end in bankruptcy, before they empty the treasury, streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm bleeding gold. Immediately, and don't forget your AG code. Now, please. support him. Once support him, no road to point for him. But once in power, they quickly forget. They love confrontation, so no mediation. The case by the Privy Council, but the warriors is settled. You see, you could make a fortune filling up a lagoon. The environment is boost out its people too. Is why I want them broke. With them old lies they peddling now. It's only PR they selling. They wouldn't tell me the whole truth. The man just wanted a root. Before they carve out a mountain. Before the cost we start counting like a dog with fleas. A dog on their knees. And I beg it, go now. Always get the contract. Who profit from the kickback? Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Go now. Tell Munila and Surush. It's best they seek refuge. Go now, please.
91.5 Real FM got you covered.
Asking me what is wrong with Trinidad. You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-Con and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say, the new driver cannot drive. Of the 33 chosen passengers, Ramnath, Pandey, Humphrey and Sudama, they wouldn't let the poor driver drive in peace. They distracting him and wouldn't cease. While he driving, they hitting him some big cloud. So he stopped the maxi and put them out. And to discuss their fate, they went to drink us straight by a club called 88. The driver called his sweet mouth friend Flash Gordon to give him some driving lessons. Flash appointed himself as the conductor, pushing around them passengers. Meanwhile, the car running bout helter-skelter. Pedestrians started to scatter. Ellis Clark had to jump and run to stay alive. He says, the new driver cannot drive. questioning me so much about the driver. You want proof to show he can't maneuver. Well boy, the first month he get this driving job, you know the man bounced down for you Rick Bob. He's swerving so much John Humphrey get frightened. John asked him where he buy his license. And while the car swerving, John Humphrey trying to hold on to the steering. Well, some school children by the road run like hell. They lose their lunch and books as well. He driving on the fast lane and Massey Lane and pelt Mr. Cola straight in the drain. He slammed the brakes on them old public servants. Some get injured, no insurance. Then he tied them up in bonds that he connived. They say the new driver cannot drive. For Nancy Thomas, Chester Rogers. He lost his way by the IMF station and asking a Yankee for direction. And like a vagrant, he begging all who pass to buy back some of his oil and gas. And Jack warned him that his new battery corrode and not to pass on the IMF road. But he ain't listening, he drop asleep driving and IMF thieves rob him. Well, like best shelter in rain under a shop, he refused to give Lloyd a drop. Pretty and melody flat down the taxi. He passed them straight and pick up Gypsy. Some say he going to crash the car before long. He can see 1991.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
Car staying far from the driver just to survive. Car no, the new driver cannot drive.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This.
Good afternoon again, folks. Welcome to Independent Talk. Digwe.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we say good afternoon to the friends, the family, and the fans. Good afternoon to all the listeners of Real FM. Independent Talk for Sunday, the 11th of June 2023. Grenada is my constituency. Real FM is my parliament. I'm the people's spokesman and I'm protected by the Ancient of Days. Good day, KB.
Master Carl.
KB is the elder statesman and seeing that I grew up with older people, I always have respect for them. So KB, the floor is now yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Master Carl Gray. Good afternoon. Listeners of Real FM, good afternoon. Happy to be here this afternoon. And Master Carl, we taking 50 years of independence?
Yeah.
And almost 1 year of a new government. And what excitement This 1 year back to the society. I wonder if life is better under this new regime. Compare the 1 year under this regime to the past under the NNP, and you make that decision yourself. Call us, tell us if life is better after 1 year under the National Democratic Congress. That flow will be yours. You make that decision. You will call after our time, and you make that decision. Brothers and sisters, something keep bothering me. This week, I listened to one named Eddie Frederick. And I tell you, I cannot understand. After 50 years of independence, we still cannot tolerate one another in a society. The word toleration means nothing to some people. The white people used to say, we cannot allow these people to govern themselves. We have to govern them because they cannot govern themselves. Because their brain is small, like animal brain. We white people have big brain, but they accuse black people of having small brain like animal. So they feel they have the right to rule us and govern us. And we know we're capable. They give us the opportunity, and we do a fairly okay job. But they have some people in this society just would not grow up. I listen to my friend, Eddie Frederick. I know he read a lot. I know he does a lot of research. And he's an educator. I engage him attend many seminars of his in public relation, customer service and public relation. And I think he did a pretty good job. But recently, I listened to this man demonstrate so much hate towards the NNP party and the NNP political leader. I can't believe. When this man goes as far as describing the political leader of NNP as nasty old man, I shocked. And describing the NNP as nasty people. Imagine that over 30,000 people vote for NNP. You calling them nasty? How dare you call the political leader of the new national party nasty man? And you know what is puzzling? What is frightening? The sponsorship, the person who sponsors his program is our bank.
Which bank?
The cooperative bank.
Eh?
The cooperative bank. You give credence and legitimacy to what he is saying.
Yeah, because they sponsor it.
You sponsor, therefore he ought to concern with his choice of words and who he attack and how he attack. Because we are the people who supporting the bank. NNP is not a fringe party. You know? A party of what? 32,000 people voted for the NNP. We call on the new national party to write the cooperative bank and protest, ask to withdraw their support for Eddie Frederick. You cannot have this man using your money, our money, and calling the leader of the new national party nasty old man, calling the NNP nasty people. How dare you do that, Mr. Frederick? You are an educator. You always lecture to young people. Many firms hire you because you're good in public relation and customer service. I attend your seminar in Belmont Estate. But NNP, not to take it standing up, not to take it sitting down, not to take it lying down, and don't take it at all. Don't take it at all. If we continue, we asking us supposed to withdraw our account from the cooperative bank. We going as far as that. And we call on the leaders of the New National Party to protest right the cooperative bank and demand an apology, an open apology from A.G. Frederick. Yes, we know that is not the policy of the bank. You want to say that is not the policy of the bank? Yes, but you fund the program. Therefore, you give credence and legitimacy to whatever come out of his mouth. And who distance themselves from what he see? The bank? No! We don't accept that, Mr. Eddie Frederick, from you. If you're against the policy of the New National Party, nothing wrong with that. You're against the style of the political leader, nothing wrong with that. You're against the color of the political leader, nothing wrong with that. You're against the looks of the political leader, nothing wrong with that. But to demonize the political leader and call him nasty old man and call the party, people in NNP, nasty, I will totally object to that, Eddie Frederick. We totally object to that. And we asking the bank to ask you to make an apology, want an apology. We demand it. After 50 years of independence, that is how we still behaving. We grow. We grow. We cannot tolerate one another. We have to respect one another's opinion. We all do think alike. We all cannot think alike. We cannot behave. Sometimes we don't behave alike. But we respect. We must respect who you are, who we are. We expect you to respect us. Last time we here, and when I heard parliamentarian use the word, what do you say, unparliamentary, what do you say as big dog in parliament? And the Speaker of the House still begging pardon, making apology. I wonder after 50 years, if we grow, how much we developed. Again, break the rules of parliament. We expect to have someone, as Dr. Mitchell say, the Finance Account Committee. It seems as though no one in the opposition involved. I remember when we had Michael Battis involved. He was part of it. And he used the opportunity to even ambush us and criticize them, but he had a right to be there. We have to grow. We have to develop 50 years of independence. But that is what we have to show. Yeah, we came a long way, but some people still cannot tolerate one another. They cannot afford to engage in difficult conversation. Even sometimes I get upset with my own NNP comrade when they close down the NNP chat. I wonder why big people cannot engage in difficult conversation and still smile. Respect other people's opinion. We have to behave as civilized human beings. That is where we grow. That's how we grow and develop. We don't want to cultivate a society of praisers and flatterers, because we only give rise to deceivers. Look what happened in Rwanda with the Hutu and the Tutsi. Over 800 people get slaughtered because of hate. They cannot stand one another.
Not only hate preach on a radio station.
They cannot stand one another. They cannot tolerate one another. But look what happened. How civilized we are. You're making every NNP that have contract, we're firing them. What do you expect NNP to do when they get in power? Fire every NDC that have contract? When it go end? NNP and NDC, when this thing go end? 50 years of independence. We cannot afford to hurt one another like that. can't. We can't afford it. We have to behave and lead by example. You cannot curse God 6 days of the week and 7 days you're going to church. It don't make sense. You cannot commit sin right through the week. On Sundays you're going to church. What sense it make? What sense it make? You want to develop a country. You want to marginalize one section of the population because they wear green jersey. You punishing them. I heard recently, was in a conversation, I heard, and this is a boy, you have a lot of NNP in key position that will hinder our agenda. So we have to get rid of them. I listened and I smiled. I said, Lord, why we have to go through that? Why the Grenadian people have to suffer because of the political stance they take or decision? You are too afraid to wear yellow jersey. You are too afraid to wear green jersey. You are too afraid to openly support the government. You are too afraid to openly support the position of the opposition. When we will grow 50 years of independence, the white man say, hey, these people cannot govern themselves. We have to always govern them because they would not behave. Don't play into the white man's hand. We more than capable of governing ourselves. But we have bad elements in the society that will always play into the hands of the enemy. This society have a lot of good people capable of running this country, capable of looking after both NNP and NDC at the same time. You have good people, let's look for them. Every time you see an NNP supporter who had a job, you say, KB boy, I lost my job, it's pain. Pain. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know how I'll feed the family. And I hear Mr. Eddie Frederick rejoicing. Time to get rid of them. They've been sucking the blood of this nation by giving them a day work. Giving them Imani work, even that you criticizing. And then people lose focus, Don't lose focus. Last night, I was in Rose Hill in a prayers. One of our strongest NNP supporter died. But I leave that for Master Carl to deal with, It was very sad. And it's like the whole of Rose Hill came out in that prayer last night. It was very sad. And whenever they have a funeral, asking all NNPites in the area and the leadership to attend that funeral. Let's go and empathize with the family. It's a sad way. These people, the young lady lost her life.
So can we die how Eddie singing for your food?
Boy, I tell you, I couldn't understand. All of us, sometimes I have my own differences with Dr. Mitchell. I don't see eye to eye with Dr. Mitchell on most things. You understand? Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I disagree with him. But you always must show respect for people in authority, whether it's NNP or NDC, because you got kids in the society that start disrespecting their own parents, disrespecting teachers, disrespecting elders in society. When you on radio and you disrespecting leaders, what message you sending to the young people in the society? They already rebelling, the pants already falling. What message you sending to them, Eddie Frederick? Yes, you could have feel the hate. You could have feel the venom. You understand? You wonder, what is it Dr. Mitchell had done so wrong to Eddie Frederick that he's poured that kind of hate and venom? See, all of us have with differences. I don't see eye to eye with Dr. Mitchell on many issues. But how dare you describe him in this term? Dirty, nasty. And you have the bank, the cooperative bank sponsoring you. Our money, our bank. And you know, that is the bank most government people get paid. Government deal with that cooperative bank. Most money go there for money. Most money go there for money. Before the month up, you see the line up in front of the police station.
KB, not only that, based on what I pick up, the NNP government was the one who took the government business to Coop Bank based on what I'm picking up. So them what literally helped Coop Bank to build what it is today. And it's so sad that, I don't know, well, maybe Coop doesn't listen. It's so sad that Coop happens to be the sponsor of this man are talking all this utter nonsense, all this bile.
No, we are talking. We demanding that the leaders of the new national party do a letter to Coop Bank and protest.
And the NNP leadership should remind Coop.
Exactly.
Just give
of
them
the contribution of them that the NNP that build that bank. And here that bank sponsor.
Because government took the
I really burned me up since last night. This thing pinning me, I couldn't wait for this morning to come and let off some steam on Eddie Frederick, And last night I was walking and talking for myself. I said, what could happen? I said, yeah, the man is activist.
Is it because, I don't know, a school child asked me, is it because somebody didn't get to be tourism minister?
I don't
know what they mean by that, Igwe.
This thing, and the next thing that was hurt me. When someone like Eddie Frederick come out openly and attempt to destroy the political leader, you don't have big NNP supporters coming out and defend. That's my problem. That is my problem. NNP supporters. Whenever your political leader is under attack, defend him. If he wrong, keep quiet.
But
defend him.
Yeah.
Defend him.
Yes.
This is my problem. You don't have to agree with him all the time. But when he's under attack, defend him.
As a matter of that magnitude, we have to defend the political leader.
Of course, yes. Of course. You don't see eye to eye with him on what I you have to defend him.
It's not now like and dislike.
It has nothing to do with that. This thing really upset me. I don't like it at all.
If Eddie come for the political leader and we don't defend him, when Eddie come for any one of us, who go defend us?
But not even that. He attacked the whole party. The 32,000 people. All of us he attacked. Because he described the party as a nasty party.
So, KB, maybe we have to put the cooperative bank on notice and say if they don't treat with or they don't deal with a muzzle Eddie, we have to advise some people to stop do business with them.
We are demanding that they demand Eddie make an apology. Simple as we want an apology.
You can't let in
Eddie. You don't have no secret letter to Eddie Frederick.
Sign it.
No. Either they pull the sponsorship or they demand that he apologize. You're talking about the man insult about 32,000 Grenadians who vote for the new national party. You think anybody could push in my head to go and say these dirty things about Honorable Deacon Mitchell? Anybody would get me to go and say these dirty things like that against Honorable Deacon Mitchell? No way.
But KB, if somebody want to get a knighthood, they know the way to go about it.
No.
To calling people name. And remember, Dr. Mitchell is a member of His Majesty's Privy Council. And the Privy Council have seen how people get in knighthood. So you can doing that to one of the members of the Privy Council.
Sometimes I wonder.
We have to defend Dr. Mitchell.
If I wonder if these people do appreciate all the concrete road that was built under the National Party. If they do appreciate the National Stadium. if they don't appreciate the ministerial complex, if they don't appreciate Port Louis, if they don't appreciate the parliament, if they don't appreciate the new clinic and the new hospital wing, if they don't appreciate the $50 million to refurbish new schools and so on, if they don't appreciate the thousands of scholarship and assistance given to poor people, how dare you treat people with scorn and contempt and demonize them like that?
So, KB, let's say the Toyota people have a lot of shares in Core Bank. They should talk to them too.
Of course, it's something we shouldn't take lying down. We shouldn't take it sitting down. We shouldn't take it standing up, and we shouldn't take it at all.
And NNP as a party ought to rally behind the political leader in a matter like that. We cannot allow reprobates like this
Nasty
to continue to say that our political leader.
And hate.
Because they're making it us against them. That's what they do it. Us against them. And we have to defend. We must defend the political leader. Whether we agree with what he does or not, that is not the matter here. The matter is the attack is unwarranted on the political leader by
and the National Party and his supporters.
And the whole party.
So wait, no, all the doctors, lawyers, professional, teachers, academics, and religious people who support the National Party, they are nasty people too?
Well, that's what they're saying, you know. They're saying you, me, Igwe, everybody, you know.
We nasty?
Or you mean
even shareholders in the banking. You call them nasty because some of them supporting the new National Party, you know.
Eddie Frederick, you do better than us, you know. You do better than us. If you feel you white, that is a matter for you. But all of us, we proud of our blackness.
But if you want to be a knight, and you want knighthood, or you want to be an ambassador, or you want to be minister of tourism, I don't think that's the way about going about it. If you are to protest because Grenada deserve the best, but how early going about it is double standard.
No.
That is vulgarity. And a man of air is Carly Bryan, who claimed to be a bastion of information, you know.
But you could feel the venom. You could feel the anger.
And he, Eddie, has associated himself with the National Democratic Congress. So they can't say he's doing that on you.
But the man always talking to young people, business higher in demand because he's good in customer service and public relation. That is his specialty. That is where he specializes. How could you attacking people in this vulgar tone and then next day go and talk to young people in customer service and public relation? This is puzzling. This is puzzling. Master Carla, I really want us to condemn.
Don't want us, condemn.
We condemn you, Eddie Frederick, and we demand an apology. You're too big to apologize. We apologize to all. You may have your gripe with Dr. Mitchell. You don't have to like Dr. Mitchell. You don't have to like him.
No, but we're speaking to Kwabank.
No, we just ask you
to
show little respect. Show little respect.
Because if you sponsor a man to talk so about NNP people is part of your bank.
Of course. You're talking about 32,000 people vote for the NNP. You're calling him nasty. You have your gripe with Dr. Mitchell. Maybe you don't like his style. Nothing wrong. You don't like the policy. Nothing wrong. You don't like the color of Dr. Mitchell. Nothing wrong. You could say, and you have right to criticize. But to demonize like that, using the core bank facilities, they give credence that if they protest, if they don't renew, if they don't call you and ask you to apologize, that shows they give credence and legitimacy to what you say.
They're making what they agree.
They agree what you say is normal. It's
okay. They co-sign.
Yes, man. If the bank agreed what you say, they tolerate your behavior. You understand? They tolerate your behavior. Eddie Frederick, you cross the red line. You cross the red line. You cross the red line. And you just behave as though you is a white man. Eddie Frederick, you're not a white man. You black like all of us. You black like all of us, Eddie Frederick. You know better than anybody. I'm so mad with you, Eddie Frederick. You really crossed the red line. Master Carl will take a break.
Yeah, we take a break and come back.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash the lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get it Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need talk close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle
Now,
Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating.
go
They're like a natural disaster.
now
10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas
and
and
down on the knees.
And I'm begging now we and I did one we prophesy to the country, streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Another date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image.
KB, the cooperative bank has no right to support a program like that, KB.
I agree.
That could never be one of the corporate responsibility of the bank. And the bank ought to treat with that. We demand that the bank treat with that. And I co-sign to the fact that the new National Party ought to write core bank and speak of those things. Because it is important. That can never be one of the corporate responsibility of core bank KB. So we calling on the bank in no uncertain terms to treat with, because we might just have to advise the NNP people in your bank to do something about it. Because if you don't want to do something about it, we go advise them to do something. Because Igwe, if them Yankee band don't want to do it, they could give yourself easier for you to go out and do it.
We go and do it.
Yes. Yeah. So as usual, well, the elder statesman spoke. I heard a lion roar. So because Igwe, we have this thing where we say we continue transformational agenda is taking shape, part 3 KB. June 23rd is fast approaching, making it 1 year since the National Democratic Congress took the reins of power in Grenada. I note with some interest that the party has the nerve to celebrate 1 year anniversary in office. My interrogation of the English dictionary, because see, Kiwi, I don't like to just come and fly. on all the meaning of a celebration as a special, enjoyable event that people organize because something pleasant has happened or due to some major accomplishment. To date, not a single initiative by the National Democratic Congress meets this criteria. I go on in recent years as a means to emphasize, cause the death of the love. You see, same thing what Eddie doing has become easier to say in funeral celebration of life. It seems like a paradox to say celebrate and death all lost at the same time, but it is easier on the heirs. It is safe to say then that the National Democratic Congress is celebrating the death or loss of moral authority to govern Grenada after 1 year. So we can accept the meaning and can rightly include it to the words associated with transformation, detoxification, realignment, and victimization. So therefore, that the meaning in mind that the National Democratic Congress celebrates. So they're celebrating transformation, detoxification, realignment, and victimization. And here goes, things that they're celebrating. Because we don't just say things here, we quantify it. The removal of 150 from disadvantaged and vulnerable, affecting the sick, the aged, and the disabled in society. The NDC celebrates the brutal dismissal of most women, mostly women in Carriacou, from their jobs, denying them the right to be gainfully employed, negatively affecting families across the island. The party celebrate on grabbing the house keys from the kayaks under the guise of reorganization, essentially to give houses to the party supporters. The government celebrates the near destruction of the Royal Grenada Police Force, the chasing of Commissioner Martin, the chasing of Deputy Commissioner Pierre, and the appointment of retirees with no track record of accomplishment.
Minister of Labour.
Clouded with unsolved investigation for bad behavior. Currently, the one-year government is busy creating unemployment by removing persons holding position and replacing them with party supporters. Pay attention to what currently pertains to the security sector, flavored by the old talk of placing it under the Prime Minister's ministries. This could only be described as voodoo employment, creating spots and firing others. So they take in from one and give the other, and they say that thing. Honorable Deacon Mitchell, tell us, what crime has Mercy Richard Thomas committed, justifying his company losing the security contract in the hospitals? From all reports, and KB, you go know that, his firm did an excellent job securing the staff, patrons, and assist in the hospital. How would you in good conscience explain to the constituents of St. Andrews Northwest? Maybe you could give him a squeeze in Livera. Mr. Prime Minister, tell us, if you don't find a candlelight vigil and a bingo is a bit of oxymoron, Kiwi. If the candlelight vigil is in Jesus' name, in whose name is the gambling? Because remember, Christ beat men for gambling, and Kiwi.
Yeah,
sir, to be honest, sir, you might not know, But Brother Telesford and Brother Laco, they might have the answer. And whilst you're at it, Brother Telesford, I want you to tell the Prime Minister to read 1 Timothy 6, 9 to 10. I know you're listening, Mr. Telesford. Tell him. And by the way, this thing making me get so emotional, KB. And by the way, it is the Inland Revenue Department keeping the eyes on the ticket sales for this so-called bingo. And would there be in the ticket booth during the bingo? And where on God's earth getting, because the question need to ask, KB, where they getting the money to pay that $150,000 in the bingo price? The Integrity Commission and the FIU. Where you at? Good afternoon, Starkey. Because you see that kind of money, and the FIU is out money laundering,
Yeah.
To get that $150,000, I don't know if they get that money and them on the trip when they go in Dubai and England on the CBI trip. Because it's coincidental, they announce the bingo. And then you see this big CBI trip go on, $150,000. The Minister of Health, in his parliamentary response concerning the lack of basic medication in the hospital, medical solution and government dispensaries, give an entire epistle, and we go play that about the global pharmaceutical industry and how much money it make, which is really absolutely nothing to do with the situation here and the lack of medication. It was obviously done trying to fraudulently man over the minds of the listeners, giving the impression that all is well. Well, Lako, you fail on that because we will expose the lie. Try again. The Honorable Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance all give different accounts of the state of medication on the medication issue, which when analyzed turns out to be a lying marathon on its own, KB. The main theme was that NNP had unpaid invoice, so the new government, after a year, could not order the requisite medication. Well, even an infant, no, you can wait until saltfish done in your place. You can put the saltfish done in your kitchen. Since you're going wrong, you have to go and get it. Yeah. And if you don't have, keep ask your neighbor, they'll give you some sugar or something.
What's more for medication? Strangely,
the PM could travel halfway around the world and run behind the CBI, but he has no clue how to get medication, I guess, because he has no registered medicine agent. If he was a medicine agent, he'd get it.
Mm-hmm. He take the name of this thing?
Yeah, hold on, you'll deal with that, man. But come, let us celebrate. And if you don't like it, take susu in your bingo. Another part of the achievement they celebrate in Igwe, the loss of the 70 million for the Western Mineral Project. They're celebrating that too. They celebrated getting rich of the CBI program. They're celebrating that too. They're celebrating sending 3,500 workers home. Seed workers, caregiving workers, faith organization workers, CJ workers, and the ongoing caregiving program. They celebrate sending people home from the pest management, the Grand Bay Estate and others, KB. So now that I speak of that, let me go into it. Now, it's something I must mention, Igwe, before we get into some clips, because they don't like the clip on them. The callous type of leadership we have here in this country, KB, where they have no experience, and the Prime Minister alluded to that fact, so I don't make it up. He said he didn't have experience. He just do a 2 years teaching. The arrogance, by the way they get in, and even Eddie Frederick doing the same kind of arrogance, and the lack of institutional knowledge. You understand? KB, let's put this thing into perspective. The OECS buy medication in bulk. KB. Mm-hmm. Grenada recognize them they are part of the buying in bulk with the OECS to get it cheaper. Yeah. You realize,
yes, really
for argument's sake, let we agree with Mr. Telesford, but we go prove he lie. The 6 medication he say he didn't have. Okay, he say it's only 6. Let we say you getting shot on the 6 medication, you cannot call nobody in the OECS and network and say, boy, well, we had this list of 6 medication and we going down, it getting less and we need it. What you have in stock? How much you have in stock? Could we get some from you until you buy and we go give you back? They call that networking and they call that institutional knowledge. They don't have that. KB. So you realize the kind of people we have run in this country. And KB, after deliberating and showing some concern on the governance in this country, the word kakistocracy came up. Kakistocracy. It simply means, KB, a government by the least suitable and competent citizen of a state, KB. A state or a society governed by its least suitable and competent citizen. That's Eddie Federica to talk about. The least competent and suitable people who are governing in this country presently. So, LACO, I don't mean derogatory and call you other names. You accept that alias, LACO. Mr. Lacrette, Senator Lacrette. You talk about all you treat with 11 months and the medication. But KB went in prison last night. A young lady, a nurse. And the story is Mr. Lacrette didn't have the medication she needed. She significant order when last bought medication in the tune of $1,600. As a matter of fact, she died before using the medication. So they say, well, they go call back the pharmacy and see if they go take it back. And Mr. Lacrette, in Parliament, lying to the people and saying how they pay and they treat it and they get it. Mr. Lacrette, if they get it, how come you say they get it around 2 weeks ago? How come somebody did last week? Not this week? Yeah. This week for lack of medication thereof? Mr. Telesford, so when you say the 6 days missing, I want to hear the list of the 6 you have. Because the list of what they have to get for. Yes. The time they get it, she don't have to make it.
She did.
So why these people keep lying to the people of the country? It proves kakistocracy.
What that word mean?
The word mean simply this, Igwe. A government by the least suitable and competent citizen of the state. A state or society governed by its least suitable and competent citizen. So like we had the worst, they talking about scrape barrel.
Yeah.
Let it go under the barrel and get these fellas on them. Because look at what they doing to the country. And they just continue to lie. And I have one about even the Minister of Education lying to you. Because when he say, they speak to principal say, but I never talk to us. But school children give me a Zeppo, you know. We go get into it. School children give me a Zeppo. So you go take a break. We go take some calls and then we go run some clips.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up Mova, they unleash the lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle
Now,
stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So me plea are repeating.
go.
They detrimental, could be lethal.
Madam President, pharmaceutical companies, they boost and they drive the global economy. In 2022 alone, the global pharmaceutical industry, it was a $1.48 trillion industry. Huge, massive amount of money. They also drive the medical process as it relates to research and development, and in some regards, bettering the quality of life for all peoples across the entire globe. With that being said, upon assuming office in 2022 last year, we recognized that there was a backlog of invoices that we had as it relates to honoring our commitment to OECS PPS, that's our regional pharmaceutical procurement process. And as a result of that, we moved speedily to ensure that these backlog of invoices were taken care of in a timely manner. I would like to report to the nation that to date, we do not have any of these invoices that we are owing to. And as a result of that, the procurement of the pharmaceutical process moving forward should be much smoother. Yeah. Over the past 11 months, we have done our best to ensure that we cleared our bill with OECS PPS so that we can have access to the pharmaceuticals that we so desire here at our main tertiary medical institution on island, and also some of our subsidiary institutions as well. You must understand also, Madam President, that whenever you have a backlog of invoices, especially with these kind of regional bodies, they don't honor your requests for pharmaceuticals, regardless of how dire your situation is. As a result of that, my team and I, we moved speedily to ensure that we engaged pharmaceutical distributors here on island, as well as pharmacies, to ensure that in the event we have another incident like that happening, our local pharmacies and wholesale distributors can assist us in ensuring that the gap is filled with the pharmaceuticals that we need until. Yes. So at this particular point in time, we did receive a stock of pharmaceuticals last week, I believe, and we have since distributed that to our general hospital and also subsidiary institutions. And we trust that things are going to be much smoother moving forward.
Like Ms. Ferguson will say,
Hold on. So, Senator, the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, the death of the young lady in Rose Hill is on your head. Because you say last week they get a stock of medication. So you have. But this week she dead for lack of medication there. So why these guys are just lying to the people, KB? He's saying his own words, you know. They organized that last week, you know. And here the thing. We know how Senator Lacrette does speak. You hear he speaking like he tight choking him, because you know he lying.
Yeah, because you know he's a pastor.
And here he tell us about the pharmaceutical industry. What that had to do with medication and the death of the young lady? Mr. Lacrette, the death of that young lady is on your head. I hope when you go to the vigil, you ask for sanitization from the Ancient of Days.
But today is Sunday, you know.
I hope you beg him and tell him you're sorry for causing normal because of your lies.
And today is Sunday and he preached this morning at school.
You can never preach this morning with this human blood on your hand. But not all I say lad, you know. And then people are going in church to read Romans 16, 17. If you grow up with a particular doctrine and lack one and come and vary it, stay away. Thus saith the Lord. Let's take the call.
They hanged up, so call back callers 442-0175.
They could start calling now.
442-0175.
WhatsApp landline.
Call.
Give me now Mr. Telesford, because I'm crossing the T's and dotting the I's here, you know. Lack or lie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I tell lie.
Mr. Speaker, the matter of shortage of medication at our health facilities has been something that has been plaguing us for some time. Not just now. It seemed to be a recurring
decimal. I did speak to the Minister for Health in relation to this particular subject matter, and he informed me, Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance are struggling to come to terms with bills far back as 2021 and 2022. This, Mr. Speaker, is a huge problem because medical drugs, as the MP for St. Mark would know as a practitioner herself, is very expensive. Very expensive to produce. And it is a costly commodity for the state. But when you're owing millions of dollars to the suppliers of drugs for your country, when you send payment to them and have to apply to invoices that is running close to 2 years old, you can understand when you try to procure new drugs and you place an order, you do not get what you expect. And so we are coping with this right now. The millions of dollars that is due for drugs as far back as 2021. This is a problem. I am informed that the list of drugs that is missing is not that long list that I think I'm seeing from where I sit. But I was informed that it's about 6 drugs. And some of them, the ministry attempted to purchase from local drugstores here in Grenada. So you see the predicament, Mr. Speaker. And if we are purchasing from the local drugstores, it simply means that they will quickly run out of drugs themselves, and that the supply that they would get will be inadequate to deal with our needs. It is a problem, Mr. Speaker, that we've inherited. I know health has always been a matter of concern for all governments. We, Mr. Speaker, as a caring government, is doing the best that we can in the circumstances, trying to cope with these long outstanding bills. But, Mr. Speaker, it's not just a matter of payment. It's not just a matter of payment. It's a matter of analyzing all of these bills that is close to 2 years old and determining whether or not they are worthy of payment and settlement. So there is some confusion, Mr. Speaker, that has to be settled regarding this bill. So we expect in due course, as we continue,
Like so much you drink water.
to unravel the situation, that we'll get to a stage where we come close as possible to come.
Let's go to the phone line, guys.
No, before we go to the phone line, just hold on. No, let me take the call right now. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen. Master Carl, KB, Igwe, greetings to you all. Well, listen, Carl, you know in policing, right? That there are two things called modus operandi and alibi. Yeah? In conducting an investigation, you first move to the persons whose method of operation is consistent to the crime. And then there is the third one, aiding and abetting. I believe, gentlemen and Grenada, that every one of these persons in there, the 9 of them and even number 10, are guilty of the crime of aiding and abetting, knowing that each other are doing wrong and condoning it. patting each other on the backs. They have no excuse because when they came in office in 2022, they had a playing field well set, level. Again, there would have been some, areas where needed to be adjusted, needed to improve. But so quickly, Grenada has fallen in a deep, deep, deep hole. Yeah? What crime, you could name the crimes that they are committing against the Grenadian people. Hunger, theft, because they're creating a situation where people go in and steal. People cannot take care of this family effectively. They cannot manage their loans and just name it, because they would have sent some of them home. They would have taken away the goods from them, the material or financial support taken away from them. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Something really, really went wrong, right? I don't know. I don't so think that people in their own conscience could have voted these people and then into office. They knew what happened in 2008. You think they would not have learned a lesson from that? Something happened, man. Something in the extraordinary happened. Gentlemen, continue your program.
Yeah.
Continue calling them out.
Yes.
Master Carl, what happened to the $530 million they meet? They can buy tablet now?
KB, this caller spoke volumes. Listen, here we are going with this, because they go understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, a crime has two important elements. KB, the actus reus and the mens rea. Because them is lawyers, they go know. The AG and them go know. Let me take that. The voluntary act or omission is the actus reus. All what they doing people. They don't paying for medication, they making people go. They taking that one walk and give the other one. Mm-hmm. But the mens rea is the state of mind, because before they come into government, they used to say who needy and greedy and all who they making go. So right now, these men and them satisfying crime, KB, the actors reus and the mens rea. So they come with a guilty mind to make people go and victimize people who they perceive, those supporting them, and the very action by taking people who walk, do buying medication, and so on. But before we take that call, I have to go to Mr. Telesford. Mr. Telesford, you have to analyze payment and settlement. But Laco saying 11 months ago, are you doing it? Who lying?
Yeah, this difference.
One saying he pay.
Yeah, 11 months ago.
The next one saying we have to analyze payment and settlement because we don't know, because he was so long. Them men and them lying Igwe.
But they meet $530 million there.
But listen to both of them.
How they can buy tablet?
KB, but listen to both of them, KB. The issue is our the payment and getting the drugs. You hear again a kind of long story. One talk about pharmaceutical company making money. The next one talk about procurement and all kind of thing. They're not dealing with the issue at hand. Pay the money. Because all you find money to pay teachers. I find money to take for all yourself. I find money to bring in a whole ministry of mischief. So here's what. The Ministry of Implementation. If all they want to give Andy work to do, instead of sucking cocoa and planting flowers, let him implement the payment for the drugs. Give him that work to do. All they are out in the road, juking hole in the road like I looking for tattoo and sucking cocoa and taking out picture every day. I lie down painting and doing that kind of utter nonsense. Get work to do. But then again, KB, is a state or a society governed by the least suitable? If you go through them one by one, and the next time we come here, we will go through them one by one and prove to the people why they're not compatible, why they're not competent, and why them is the least suitable to govern this country. Next Sunday, we go deal with that. Let's take the call.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, KB.
Hey!
Master Carl and Zigwe, good
afternoon.
Ade, and good afternoon to the Grenadian people. Yes. I want to ask you, Master Carl, what Eric Frederick say? I didn't get the news.
KB could tell you. Let KB tell you.
Why this?
Tell me why you say, KB.
Why describing the political leader of the New National Party as a nasty man? He describing the party as nasty people. I get mad with him, yeah, of course.
I won't say how nasty he is in the air. I respect for a lot of
You
Grenadians.
do that.
Otherwise, I could have tell him how nasty. I know how he nasty.
Yeah, but don't tell him that.
I know what. You know what? I won't say that I want to people have respect for in this country.
Yeah.
So I could just leave him, but I will not see him face to face. I will tell him how nasty I know he is. That was my neighbor.
Okay.
That was my neighbor on Grenville Street.
Yeah.
So you're back on Mr. Jones' shop, they still live. We was neighbors.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So I want to tell him, I want to make some of my good friends in this country feel bad.
No.
Yes, KB and Dewey and everybody and all the Grenadians that is listening. Well, we know these people lying. We know they're lying. But I don't understand how these people could sit in the House of Parliament. All of them, you know, and nobody have a heart to say, well, don't do that. They continue doing the wrong things, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, is sitting there, and he cannot speak to these guys. He can't tell these guys nothing. None of them. He can't tell them nothing, KB. Trust me, I'm telling you what I know. He can't talk to these people and them. You understand? Some henchmen you have there. Some henchmen. If he tried that, they strangle him. So you have to take it like a bowl.
Even Rolo said they withhold the funds him.
When I hear Mr. Rolo and
They take Mr. Rolo money, okay.
When Givian and he speak about that money, that he explain to them how he come and get blind. And that's a man that used to give the NSD government some fire. And he said they could take it and push it up where the sun can shine. I also turn up my radio. You understand? Everybody speaking about that. So something wrong with them.
I didn't know they take Rolo money.
The Prime Minister, they said they are in bingo. I want to tell that man, I don't hope you're going to play carnival jab, you know. Don't go and play jab this year, you know. I warning you, do not go and play jab. And while they go celebrate for the year, for the 1 year, they're going to celebrate the hard work that the NSP government did over the years. That's what they're going to celebrate. KB and Nastakar, I am a vendor in Grenada for years, and this is the worst. I feel in the real pressure. Nobody buying nothing, KB. I sell a piece of clothes. Although I put them thing on sale. Nothing. Somebody buying a water if they pass, and they might buy a Coke, a small Coke they buy it. But to buy a piece of clothes, I have panties, I have bras, and sell. Nobody buying, you don't have money. You could count the amount of people are walking in the tongue of St. George. Under NSP government, the city used to be brisk. And look at what they do again. They put back them poor people on the side of the road. You understand? Selling the provision on the ground. And that is not good. That is not good. I know it's poor people, we have to make $1, but that is not healthy. And St. John Street and grounded it today. But again, I'm sorry for a lot of us in this country, KB. You know why? When we went into the polling booth, we know exactly what we was going to do. You want you vote for them. Look at the security man that is so open the door for the Prime Minister in the complex. He tell me he work under Dr. Mitchell for years. He got to work. No. You want to change, you go to vote for NDC. And then they give him a letter. He's telling me no. I say you vote for NDC? He tell me yes. I say, well, he damn good. He good for you. So, KB, I know how you all feel about a lot of us in this country. You cannot sorry for us. We don't bring that on ourselves. KB, don't sorry for us. We don't bring that on ourselves. You understand? It just pissed me off. A lot of us know what we was doing. We know exactly we wanted a change. And we get a change. You understand? We wanted a change. And I don't sorry for nobody. And I don't want nobody to sorry for me. Let me take the pressure on that Michelle and the government. And Mr. Telly Sport and all of this. Let me take the pressure under these people. We that bring that on ourselves, Master Carl. We that bring that on ourselves. The police are sorry for some of them, but we that bring that they know. They vote for position, let it take position. Let it take it. Look at the advisor. Look at the Prime Minister advisor. That man is a bitter man from
Mr. Vex.
You understand? So sorry for them. I don't sorry for them. I don't sorry. I'm not going to make me problem under this government. But I don't sorry for nobody. Let it take what I get under this. They wanted a change. Dr. Kip Mitchell was an old man. He's too old. Take what are you getting Grenada charismatic right now. Have a good evening, Grenada. I don't know. Again, Master Carl, find out if the this afternoon in
Yes, so somebody go call and tell us.
yeah, because I don't know, the rain is coming. I don't know if they change their mind.
Now somebody go so anybody who know or have information, call them, we give it to Kami.
All right.
Well, you take care.
Yes, I dressed already. I don't know. Later.
Hello?
Hi. Hello?
Good evening.
Speak up a bit.
I thought you all said that Dr. Keith had a young girl, a whole...
Another time fight.
What?
They were just trying to call the
Yeah. I have some question for the Minister of Education. I want to say it before. You call it?
Yeah, call it.
Let's take it.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm calling from Molyneux, hearing the music loud down in Grandma, so tell Cammy to calm down. Things going on down there.
Okay.
You don't reach yet?
No, I don't reach yet. I'm leaving just now.
Alright. Igwe.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions for the Minister of Education. Let's take the call because I need to ask it.
Hello?
Hello, afternoon.
Yay.
Mr. Kalaidu.
Are they about?
Mr. Carl, the same thing why you said the man live, you sit down there and you reading all the thing and the same thing I said. You hearing it from the man, from the speech from him out there. Mr. Carl.
Hey.
Mr. Eddie Frederick. The one for him. Mr. Eddie Frederick. On the campaign trail, we had the prime since 1983, nothing in the country. We already seen that. A couple months after that, Grenada had to receive some money. Master Carl, we heard the Prime Minister say thanks to the LNP party for putting things in place. Master Carl, the ex-Prime Minister used to clean every corner in the country. Now the bush coming out on the next side of the road and the meat in the bush on the next side of the road.
Yeah. So a timber in the country could easily hide the Chinese army.
Master Carl, the sitting Prime Minister said to us that the 450 did enough. Is 6 and upwards. He come and he take out 150. Come on, Eddie Frederick and Julius. What do you really think? One thing I know, you, Eddie Frederick and Julius, are you not smoking?
Gosh, cut off.
Where you go? No.
Take the next call.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Before I make my contribution, Master Carl.
Yay.
KB, all a good evening.
Good evening.
And your control man there, I think good evening to you all. Before I make my contribution, Master Carl, sometimes I when I listen to the program, you have your comments to make, but sometimes you take a little too long. Take some more regular calls, and I can't tell you how to run your program because it's you all that doing it. Enough respect. I just mentioning it because I listened. A call I was holding for a long time before you could take him on. Anyhow, my contribution is today is two things. when you hear people in high places and going on radio station and malign people and say hurtful things of people and calling people all kind of names, and people condone that, it is what stems the violence in this country, because you're separating people. If you have facts and you're talking things factual, but when you're calling people ill names, you're separating people, you're making people feel they are not wanted. And when a conflict comes up, the first thing we're going to use is violence instead of settling the conflict amicable. This is one of the things I've seen. And in respect to Eddie Frederick, that is what he's setting up the new party in government. No, that is how he's setting them up to create hatred. And that is one of the factors that we face in society, creating more havoc in society among young people and everybody else, men and women. But my main point is this evening is I heard the Honorable ex-Prime Minister a few years ago made some comments, and he alluded, and his words to the effect, and quote, "We cannot play partisan politics. We cannot have people being employed and removing them and putting other people there or sending them home. It is time to stop that. And we, meaning him, when they get into office, that will be stopped." And this Prime Minister today has the privilege to testify to what the ex-Prime Minister of the NDC within 2008 to 2012 gave a scenario. We cannot continue to go down that road. We cannot continue to do people this thing. Well, where is him today? Where is him today? Honorable Tillman Thomas, where are you? Look what is happening today. People has been going home, sent home for no reason. People has been sent home because they perceived to support another political organization. He is not, I haven't heard a word that he comments on that. The Prime Minister himself said, no partisan politics, no anybody who works and produces is entitled to a job today. Whether you produce or you don't produce, you have to be removed to bring in your bodies and so on. I could tell you, there is a gentleman who is governing, who is the chairman of Physical Planning Board. He is not in Grenada, but he is getting a salary to manage to be the chairman of that board. And he is not in Grenada. When he has to call a meeting, it's an online meeting. Come on, people. These are facts that I have. I know him. And we are sitting there and let these partisan politicians get away with that. It is time that Grenadians should see the need to do something about it. These are the issues that we have faced. These are facts that we have. The chairman, not a Grenadian. He's a Grenadian, but he's not living in Grenada. But he's been paid. These are things that we have to deal with, on issues we have to deal with. Gentlemen, I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you very much.
All right, bless.
The caller made a comment earlier, and I need to address that.
You go call back him.
Now, the program here is one where we welcome callers. However, the program has structure to it, and we have to give out information. Yeah. We don't come in here just to take callers, but we have to educate and inform the population. So
give out information.
Yeah, so it goes both ways. We like callers, we want callers, but we have to give information because everybody quarterbacking Monday quarterbacking and saying how NNP didn't do that, NNP didn't do that. So we're doing what people believe was not done by giving information and educating John public. Let's take that out.
Hello.
Master Carl.
Yay.
Thanks, sir. How the young lady?
Yes.
I'm getting ready.
Right. Okay.
But Master Carl, you know something out of with in St. David's there?
Yeah.
Mr. Oliver Joseph, that man did so much for St. David, for the people in St. David. And look how much vote they go and give it to Mitchell. These people and them, they bad mind. They bad mind, Master Carl. I think that these people and them, not hard work. If they look around today and see the hard work that Mr. Oliver Joseph did for the people in St. David, and these people and them, they vote, they give Mr. Dicky Mitchell all that vote, over something vote. They bad mind. So I die what I always say. I don't sorry for these people and them in Grenada. When things happening, some of them balling now. Some of them balling. You understand? But the amount of work that man did in St. David, Grenadians, nobody don't give them no over here. No candlelight don't make them go and vote. They take the will in mind and go and vote. NNP supporters vote for NDC, you know. A lot of NNP supporters vote for NDC, you know. So them that have us in that situation right now are struggling to survive. Massacre, Grenadians, you know. But all what NNP did for us in this country, I want to put Dick Mitchell and them there. So what Dick do now is damn good. It's good for what are you getting there today. Let it ball. Let it ball.
All right, Caps.
Have a good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you go. You another call?
Right.
So,
we have one now.
Right, take it.
Hello?
Yeah, how y'all doing today, man?
We good?
Good.
Well, Kami was right. First of all, Kami, I love your asham and I send for it all the time. You have the greatest asham in the whole wide world. I think Kami was correct.
Don't try to bribe us there.
Hello?
Don't try to bribe us there.
Who making the asham?
Kami.
Y'all heard me?
Yes, go on.
The asham has quite every week. It's the greatest asham. The only thing I find of Kami, I find the plastic getting a little small, girl. Anyway,
Sugar
I think
gone.
Kami was right. Because there was a survey done, and I think they say 8,000 of the NNP supporters voted for NDC on one condition. They was interested. All that mattered to them was their pension, because they say Keith Mitchell didn't give them a date that he will pay them, the retroactive payment. So that was the real reason why they paid. They vote NDC. I don't know if that investment is going to pay off next time. I very much doubt it, but it is clear to me that the factor that why NDC really won is because the government refused to pay the retroactive payment. So Keith Mitchell had to take the blame for that. But not that really a call to talk about, because I want to place on record, and I really don't care, because all you know my comments are I vehemently oppose, and there's no way, I have the strongest possible objection to anyone calling Keith Mitchell and the NNP people in this derogatorily nasty names. I and Mary condemn that in the strongest possible voice. You have no regard for not only well, as far as I'm concerned, all you might find me funny, I don't see the leader of the NNP or NDC different to me. As far as I'm concerned, all of us equal and good dead. All of us is just that we have different roles in society to play.
Correct.
It's like actors on a stage, but nobody better than one another, including myself. So nobody should be disrespected, whether it's Keith Mitchell, whether it's this Mitchell, whether it's King, whether it's somebody on the street. And to say all those nasty, dirty things and call the man gentle, I object to that. Regardless of how I think about him, or if I don't support him, or whatever the case is, it's not that I don't support him. Actually, you all wouldn't believe I like Keith Mitchell, you know. I like him. Yeah, I like him. But that is not the issue. Probably I might not support his politics, because I think that yes, he has done a lot significantly for this country. I don't care who vexed, but I think it's time to kind of relax and. You know,
You're so correct that dirty name is really painful, man.
Huh?
I said that dirty name, you can associate people with that kind of dirty name.
Yes, so hold on. So you're right. So I'm not finished that. So I cannot sit down here, fellas, in all conscience, because I really supported Keith Mitchell in terms of his policy. I gonna glorify and talk about it. You know, there's a certain gentleman also every morning, Kennedy. Is a Moroccan, and he expired. And this and over and over, and I called and I complained about it one time. And watch the amount of licks I get. How I can make child? How embarrassed? You hear what I say?
I hear you.
So I get it left, right, and center. When I complain about that, I don't care whether you support an NNP or NDC. It is wrong. You can, and apart from that, calling the people of the NNP party dirty and nasty. It's the same person that all you're hugging up, all you call so much thing about. The Delma say so much thing about this and that, and you're all hugging up. Isn't she a part of the same organization, the same man that all you condemn? Isn't she a part of the same NNP people that all you turn around and say these things about that nasty? Oh no, I and Marie can sit down and in all conscience glorify that and not condemn it and laugh about it. And when, like for instance, I was here, when NNP sends somebody home, it's a big thing to some people. They're rejoicing, they're glad. If they say bring them down, they say bring them down more. And I mean, and the poor and vulnerable people, and they yes, and they're rejoicing. I don't care. You could be listening. Tape me. I don't really care. I can't condemn this. I can't support this kind of a behavior, irrespective of what party you be support. So I have to call and make my objection and say you are damn out of place and out of order to be calling whether it's Keith, whether it's X, Y, Z, and the people that the NNP people are our people. It's my friends and your friends. It's our people. Don't regard them in this kind of way. I think you're very much out of order. And last week you heard me how I was talking about the health situation. I don't really care. You come in and you meet a pregnant treasury. Everything's so nice. You can keep Mitchell manage the economy properly. Huh? That's the first thing you have to do. Pay. You can't maintain that. You can't maintain the hospital and put a Tulku Panadol. It's a big hospital that you want to maintain. I mean, come on, man. When you talk about this, you hate Deacon Mitchell or you hate this person. It's not a matter of hate this person. I just try to be objective.
Of course.
I call to condemn how you call Keith Mitchell. I condemn how you call the NNP people, because you're out of order. These people are lovely people. These people are my friends. These people are our comrades. We live there. I don't know, I might be sick and might have to call one of them. So please don't report to these people like that. Thank you, my friend. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Yeah, man, you want to build new hospital, you can buy Panadol.
Hello?
Hi, pleasant afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, Master Carl Iwe.
Afternoon.
And all the Real FM listeners. I am calling because my heart is breaking.
Oh, yeah?
I want to give you a quick analogy of my visit to the emergency department this morning. It is heart-wrenching. I went to the emergency department this morning with my neighbor. We got there at 5 a.m. I met another couple there. 4 of us was there from 5 a.m. this morning. Nobody came out until around after 7. When I realized we're there, nobody, movement, nothing. I opened the door that says no unauthorized persons. When I got in there, I said, hello, hello, hello. Somebody answered. The young lady came out. I pleaded my case. The young lady said, go and have a seat. Someone will be outside shortly. That's after 7. When I see minutes to 8, nobody came. I went and I repeated the process. Another young lady came and she said, oh, someone will be with you all shortly. I said, but we have heard that before, and there was an elderly gentleman outside, twisting in pain. That was about 25 to 8. I went and I sat back outside. About 5 to 8, I saw a young lady came and she put her bag on the desk where it marked receptionist. As she raised her bag, I went and I said, good morning. I said, can you give me a bit of information as to if the doctors are on duty as yet, because this is a situation. She said to me, ma'am, we open at 8 o'clock, so just go and have a seat and wait. And as you could see, I just reached, and we have to wipe down with this and clean up there before we could start attending. I said, but it's not an office I came to. An office run from 8 to 4 or from 9 to 5. I said, I came to the emergency unit. Emergency means 24 operations. This troop she gave me is like the length of them Africans. I left, I went and I sat back down. When 8:25, nobody came out to take names, nobody came out to say good morning, nobody came out with an apology. I went outside and I spoke to the security. The gentleman was very understanding, very nice. He went beyond beck and call. He said, okay, hold on, mommy. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to come back with some information. He went inside. He spent about 3 to 4 minutes. He came back and he said, I just spoke with the doctor. She will come out and address you all shortly. The doctor came out, and it is appalling, her attitude. When she came out, no good morning, no apology. This was her exact words. The only problem I had, I did not tape what she said. She said, we short staff. I'm the only doctor here. We don't have no nurse here. We short staff on the nurse, and we only attending to emergencies. Only people that have breathing problems. So I said that there was 2 ladies in the back of us that had 2 children. So one of the ladies jumped up and said, what do you mean by you're only attending to people with breathing issues? She said, is my daughter going to be attended to? Ma'am, you heard what I said. We only attending to people that have breathing issues. So if you cannot breathe, if your chest tightening up, if you have nasal problems, that is who we attending to. Anybody else, y'all can go home and come back tomorrow. I said, hell no. I said to her, what is the meaning of emergency? I said, look, you can see the agony on these people's faces that's sitting there. I said, I'm not in agony. You can look at the person I'm accompanying. He is in agony. He needs attention. So she said, well, I just said what I have to say. I pull out my phone and I called Royalty James. And I said to him, Mr. James, no, first I asked her, is there a directory I can borrow because I was going to call the media? She said no. So I called Mr. James and I said, Mr. James, this is the situation. And she was in the background talking while I'm talking to him. And I said, can you please call the media and get the media here for us? I said, because look at the situation. And I explained it to him. He said to me, okay, give him a moment. He's going to make a couple calls and he will call me back. Well, when she heard media, then she just left and she went inside. So I went and I spoke to the nurse and I said, listen, I am not leaving here until the gentleman I come with gets some form of attendance. Okay? We stayed there about another hour. Then they come and they call the gentleman I came with. We went in, they took his vital signs, and then we had to wait another probably 45 minutes again before they could attend to him. Do you know, when they attended to the gentleman, the doctor recommended ultrasound and some blood tests. She said, you would have to come back Monday to get the ultrasound. I said, listen, I cannot come back on Monday because I left my 93-year-old mother alone home who is incapacitated, so I cannot come back on Monday. Then she said, okay, let me see how I can get it arranged for you today. She came back and those were her exact words to me. She said, I just called a gentleman on call and he said to me, what I explained to him, that's not an emergency, so let them come tomorrow morning. I'll be there tomorrow morning. Okay, fine. Give me the thing for the paper for the blood test and tells me, oh, you cannot get these blood tests here at the lab. You would have to go private. And then when you get it, you can go back to your community doctor or you can go to the health center doctor with the results. To get painkillers for the gentleman, she gave me the prescription. I went to We Care Pharmacy this morning to purchase the painkillers so that the gentleman could get some ease.
That's crazy.
I could go on and on with more that happened at the emergency unit this morning, but it would take too long. Please, I am appealing to y'all. Whatever y'all can do, put pressure so that our healthcare system can meet its mandate, which is the care for the poor and vulnerable.
Thank you very
I would really
much.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much for giving me the time.
Okay.
That's sad story.
Kiwi?
Living testimony.
And she still had to go and buy the medication when
Panadol.
let's say
Well, you can buy Panadol. You want to build new hospital?
We didn't say that, you know. And I don't know that person who had called to say me. I tell them.
We don't know this person. And that's a sad story. My God.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Master Carl, you hear what the lady said?
Yes.
And you know you are Grenadian. They don't call this radio station, they call it Shaggy Radio Station.
They can't call it.
And a morning, say everything, give them a chance, they just come. You hear what's going on? Somebody went in there this morning, the response of the doctor and the nurses. You hear what's going on? They stand up people lying, and them in Grenada. These people are going hell, them going in hell. Hell they go in. Hell these ministers and them go in the whole, all of them. Hell they go in massacre.
Right.
You can't do that to people. You cannot do that to the Grenadian people.
All right, take care. All the best.
Ah, boy.
That woman are dead in Rosehill. She dead there on the Minister of Health head. You know.
Next call, please. 420-175.
Hello?
Afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing, Chief?
How things?
Not bad at all.
That issue with Mr. Rolo, So Rolo called on Friday morning and spoke that he got from the ministry the evening before, where he was put up the program. But today, the Minister for Social Affairs was on a program between 12 and 1. The ministry said that there are prank calls, and that call to Mr. Rolo might very well be one. And there have been people who have been doing that kind of thing. So as far as she knows, Mr. Rolo should be still on the program.
No, the problem is, caller, they don't lie so much you don't know when they don't lie in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it in due time. When it comes to the Eddie Frederick issue, Eddie Frederick and I used to move very well. For the past 10 years, I've only met him face-to-face once. We chat, yes, at the time, but I don't see him normally. I don't hear his programs. But when Eddie used to do a program a long time ago, during those days I used to write a lot. He and I used to talk a lot. When the wife is doing the program, I'll call him and we'll talk about issues. I have a problem with the language that he normally uses. I called him one day and spoke to him about something that he said, or the kind of things that he don't be saying to, but there was a particular thing that day. And I tried to explain to Eddie that behavior is not proper. You know, that's how you go about in the media doing things like that. What effect you would have and so on and so on and so on. You know what Eddie said to me in the end? I don't care. Somebody tell you, I don't care, especially in a new situation like that. You know, you know there's no way in that person.
You're right.
You cannot take that person's mind, you cannot help that person to make sense of things. You know? Eddie don't care. That's simple as it is. He told me that directly. But it was some bad comments that he was making, obnoxious statement that he was making. So you shouldn't be surprised, and you could understand that. Eddie might never apologize. He told me that he don't care. And the way he said it, I don't care. So I understand this kind of thing. Take care, guys, man.
But that gentleman raised an issue there, you know, KB. He is saying that he listened to the Minister of Social Services or whatsoever. And she indicating that it could have been a prank call. But if you know that this situation, because Mr. Rolo was not quiet about it, you being a responsible minister, wasn't it your business? And you know you're going on the radio to check out and see, because you must could call somebody and ask them if Mr. Rolo they on the list. So coming and say it could be a prank call is utter nonsense. Hold on, Gates. Is either Mr. Rolo they on the list or he not on the list. You realize every time they ask them question, they don't answer the question, they talk about something else. They ask Lacquette about medication, they talk about pharmaceutical. They ask Telesort about payment, they talk about procurement. They never answer the question you ask them. They ask out Rolo, she say it could be a prank call. But if you know it could be a prank call, you are accountable to the people. Because Tillman Thomas say when they elect you into government, you become a trustee.
Just to win an election. And we need to overcome these things. We need to provide services for our people. When you elect someone into office, that person becomes like a trustee for you.
Mm-hmm. So you don't believe if Mr. Rolo get in the money, he would not say they want to take him out. The question is, has Mr. Rolo received the money? Not our prank call. The question, nobody knows our prank call. And the minister ought to know. Every time they go and put themselves out for scrutiny, they are found wanted. But it's about the guilty mind and his conduct. Because they know that their intention to do people. And because Mr. Rolo has been critical of them, they just decide to X him out. So to come and say it could be a prank call, Mr. Minister, you can't come in and whoop. You are to tell the people, watch, that was a prank call because here's the information. You see how when we come here on Real FM and we say anything, we provide the empirical evidence to support it. Don't go on radio and Terry just about because he don't talk a set of garbage too. Tell her to find out before she come.
4420175.
Hello? No, we lost it.
You can come in and say it
Call
could
back.
be a prank call. It could be a prank
You can call
call.
back 44201.
You see how they treating the Ghanaian people? KB.
Yes.
They are not suitable
To run a country.
and capable.
How you describe them? How you describe them again?
Hello?
Kakistocracy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Hello?
They don't capable.
Hello.
Hello?
Boy, this kind of thing what this government doing there, they're making people get vexed, you know. You have a lot of people in Grenada that have a lot of mind, you know. They're making people get vexed, you know. And they're gonna make people do what they're not supposed to do. Thank you.
All right. All the best. 4420175, the number to call. So wait now. They men lick up $530 million in less than a year. Come after 1 year, if you father leave $530 million for you in less than a year, you can buy Panadol?
Let's take it down,
Hello?
4420175.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? No, that person pranking us. That prank calling. That one was a prank call.
You could give me 1 minute.
Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Minister of Education. Now, with the lack of information, leads to speculation and leaking. So if all they want to deal with the leaking, just give information so the person who wants to leak wouldn't have an opportunity to leak because the information is well out. We talk about universal, we've been hearing that lately, Gates, universal education. And in the what is it called, common entrance, CPA, whatever they call it, the same thing, but that was on this one and the same. The Minister of Education spoke in terms of having a particular discussion with principals as to the giving the schools and so on, and everybody going through, even those who are the worry. You understand? You see when people do suitable and capable. So everybody, even those who can read and thing, you're still sending them in secondary school. I don't know if it's too embarrassed this year. So that universal education, everybody going. So either you putting pressure on the teachers, or you just don't care about them. Let it just go through.
Yeah.
And you call that transformation. So the minister say they speak to the principal, but Judas Jude say that not true. So either Judas Jude lying or the minister, wait, I must make that point, or the minister speaking on truth. So one of them don't speak in the truth. I don't know. It's not, I don't have a dog in that race to determine who was speaking the truth. For my part, one, I believe both of them lying. But they get the use of Judah already. They pay him already, so they don't want him again. They didn't want Christopher Columbus in Italy. They didn't want him in the room. But I have some questions to the Minister of Education. Minister, school children asked me to ask you if the Honorable Prime Minister, any child that seek the CPA, if they did the CPA. The school children also asked me to ask you, is it true that a district officer child seek the exam and the result was not favorable? They asked me to ask that. So with lack of information and you don't telling us, sending everybody in secondary school is as a result of the two questions asked, I don't know. Because all they don't giving us the information, I don't say, oh, I need to know, but we need to know. Mr. Tell us what you're listening. We need to know if this thing really means universal education and what research all you did to say better than what you have now, or is it because people in the government, children, would have sat it? We don't know. And the result went south. We don't know. But so we asking. Don't ask us. Don't leave us to speculate. Only people to leak.
Well, I'm speculating.
Because here we are going on now. You go hear somebody coming up with some information just now give another reason or the real reason why they sending everybody in secondary school. Because the minister failing. And then Jude so embarrassed. He gone blah blah him out again. But Jude, how come you not going to light Masanto by the Minister of Education House? You forgot to light Masanto? Let's take it on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to Master Carl and the whole Real FM family. Yeah. What I'm calling to do is to strengthen Kami point she make. I'm from St. David's. And the same thing Kami said, well, she's not from St. David's, and she said the correct thing. St. David's people ungrateful. They vote against, a lot of them NNP and them vote against NNP because they don't get a piece of material, they don't get maybe three contract. They get 2, they don't get 3, they vote against NNP. A lot of them vote because some petty things they don't get. But, as Kami say, it's good. I don't sorry for them at all, and I said it. I don't sorry for them. Yeah? They too ungrateful. And they tell you ungratefulness is a curse. And that was St. David's people enjoying now. They enjoy the curse because ask him, let everyone ask him what specific thing he do in St. David's after 1 year. Even if he didn't do anything of consequence, but he do what he start. He didn't even start nothing in St. David's. The whole place is bush. Yeah? The whole place is bush. And another point I want to strengthen Kami again. I don't want to disrespect people on all your program. But you see Eddie Frederick, tell him I go meet him and tell him how nasty he is. I won't tell him.
No. When you meet him, tell him.
Yeah, don't say that here. Oh God.
Don't say it on radio.
Because realize you go say it with some venom.
I won't say it on the radio. I will tell him face to face how nasty he is because I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very nasty. So tell him when he calling people nasty. Because what they say, when somebody they say the devil don't like to take his stain and give people, and that was going on there.
Thief don't like to see thief with long bag.
Yeah, bye.
All right, take care. And then people feel hot. They don't like to be called nasty.
People in the Ministry of Agriculture say transformation in agriculture is when you send extension officers out 50% to do other things than they do in extension work. You see, transformation is when you cost NNP and see how they didn't appointing people to post like chief extension officer and others, and they 1 year now and you don't do nothing about it. So all they talk out, they didn't appointing people, they don't do nothing about it. But I could get Andy, the MIT implementation to implement that. Keep the thing get grimy.
Yeah, 4420175.
You see, transformation is when.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
How you doing?
Yeah, I agree with the last two callers. When the people too ungrateful, that's what we in what we in today, and I want the Prime Minister to fix the brick road coming up, Red Gateway breaking up, and one-way traffic coming up after I get to Mango Hole. I needed some things to be done there and put people on the street to cutlass the road. We need a street light in Mango Hole.
Make your request, man.
Yes.
Yeah, so according to the limits, I don't know which area, but at the end of the day, and not against the Prime Minister, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that doing down to the community, the center in Motor and all. Have a lot of things. People are being to Washington and open outside. Thank you.
Right, take care.
KB, that is why this program is important to educate the people.
Yeah.
So they go know.
Give information.
We go remind them.
Yeah.
So they will know. You are called Igwe?
Yeah.
Let's move it. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to speak to KB.
Speaking.
KB,
Hi.
I remember when you and Messi was on the program with Andrew Donald,
Mm-hmm.
and Messi used to talk highly about number 10.
Who is number 10?
Number 10 is Delma Thomas.
Yeah.
And I hope she could get back Messi job for him. Would you think she'll get back Messi job for him?
I don't know.
Because I would like to tell her that, remember when Juras did the 9-piece single, he had dropped it. So be careful what she's doing. Thank you very much.
But why are you talking directly to me?
She knew the message.
You see, you Messi and Andre originated the problem or the program.
Okay.
I don't know that program.
KB.
Yeah.
What is the guy security on the chicken farm in Mount name again?
Mr. Telesford?
No, the security.
Oh, yes, Mr. Crafton. Frederick.
Mr. Telesford.
Fredericks.
I just beat you up on the program. When you do something good, I will tell you. It's good. after you listen to the program, you contact Crafton.
Frederick, Mr. Frederick.
Mr. Frederick.
Yeah.
It's good. Mr. Frederick feel better.
Yeah,
now that he's speaking to you, speak to him.
Yeah.
He feels better.
Yeah.
Because when you do stupid, it's like talking about the medication and thing, and just talk about you.
Yeah.
So when you do something good after you listen,
yeah,
and you call him the security because $80,000 you have for him, I'll go work out something.
Right. So everything blessed.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
But the dog there.
Yeah, but you can bring back the dog. And if you bring any dog up there, make sure you bring food.
Yeah, you can have this big dog there, Mr. Telesford, and don't feed them. Those dogs starve to death. Come on. You are minister, you're going to church by Pastor King every Sunday. You say, I'm going to pray for the dog.
Hello?
Baby.
Hi.
Mr. Messi, don't have to worry about that work again.
No,
yes,
no.
I mean, the lady trying for you to find out from Miss Delma to get back work. Miss Delma wants to work now. They don't give Miss Delma work, you know.
I passed by Messi.
Mr. Mitchell will not give that lady a job.
I don't know.
They threaten him, you know.
Uh-huh.
The ministers and them threaten him.
What did you tell him?
So, he can't give her no work to do. She on the back bench.
Okay.
What do you? You want problem there?
I didn't know that.
Listen to me. Mr. Messi just have to take it easy. All the people are sending home. Y'all don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Because they don't give you back no work. As long as you're NNP and you know they get rid of you.
Yes.
Take it with a smile and leave it to God.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Messi don't have to worry about going back to work there.
I know.
They give the lady a back bench. Anytime. Anytime. What do you? That'll happen, boy.
All right.
Run on them mad as a bat. Run on them waiting, you know.
Oh, the holy matter and some.
And let me go. The people that called him Dr. Mitchell, dirty and old man. They wearing all Dr. Mitchell jacket. They used to go in Happy in the closet and take all the man jacket and tie and away. Some tobacco well press. I know that.
Right.
Have a good evening.
All right. I visit Messi and I ask him his position. I say, Messi, what's your position? Are you staying with the NNP? And Messi say, yes, man, I'm staying with the NNP. I'm not going anywhere. I say, okay. I pass my friend Wayne James. I say, what is it? Although you feel sympathetic with Sister Delma, Wayne James, are you staying with the NNP? He say, yes, I'm staying with the NNP. Call my friend Ray up in Saab. I say, Saab, what is your position? And Ray say, what? That NDC pill is too bitter for me to swallow, but I can't swallow that. I stay with the NNP. So, in politics, you lose some and you get some go stay, some gonna go. You could do. 442-0175, the number to call.
Senator
Just to win an election.
Go on, please.
And we need to overcome these things. We need to provide services for our people. When you elect someone into office, that person becomes like a trustee for you. And they have to act on your behalf. Not for the personal benefits and to victimize people. What we've been seeing in recent times is more victimization. Once they identify you as not supporting a particular political party, they want to deprive you of opportunities. Brothers and sisters, the resources of the country must be used for all the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique, irrespective of your political connection. You don't need to support a political party to get on the seed program. If you fall within the category, you should be a beneficiary.
Yes, Tilo.
We are saying to you that we do not want to see plenty people on the seed program because we want people to earn their own living. We want to create opportunities so that you could do your own thing and develop yourselves. So we want to create opportunities.
Tilo, you don't talk like an NDC, Hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yay.
Hey, Lieutenant.
How you doing, Chief?
Carl, Igwe. You know, I listened to Gloria this morning and had a big program. I just say, Master Carl, the woman never, what the man come say, it's either the man named it or he named it. She ain't say anything, but she still go far and say, yeah, people on the program have alias name, you know. They say she the man say people on the program with alias name with the wrong name and kind of thing, you know. And she don't say, yes, Mr. Rowley, and no, Mr. Rowley. Yeah, man, bless her.
No, thank you. Well, Rolo boy, you make a lot of noise.
So they punish Rolo?
And you don't realize these people have no empathy for the poor and vulnerable in the society. Hello?
Kevin, I come back there.
Yeah.
I like that clip you play with, that you all play with.
Uncle
Brother Tilly.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Because, give them what due to them. Under Tillman watch, he didn't make people go through. Oh, God. They were still better than Dr. Mitchell. Under Tillman and them time and Nazim and them, there was not like this Prime Minister now. But look at how Tillman talk there. And that's an old clip. So I wish that Ron Redder and Andy Williams and Dr. Mitchell listen to that clip. As Tillman as a Prime Minister under the NDC. Yeah. Continue playing that clip for them to hear. Continue playing that. They wasn't like them. They was different. They was different. Tillman and them was different than this new NDC people and them. Something wrong with these people and them. Them people going in hell. The suffering people.
It's so sad, to listen to that clip and recognize what really going on. Like they don't listening.
Just to win an election. And we need to overcome these things. We need to provide services for our people. When you elect someone into office, that person becomes like a trustee for you. And they have to act on your behalf. Not for the personal benefits and to victimize people. What we've been seeing in recent times is more victimization. Once they identify you as not supporting a particular political party, they want to deprive you of opportunities. Brothers and sisters, the resources of the country must be used for all the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique, irrespective of your political connection. You don't need to support a political party to get on the seed program. If you fall within the category, you should be a beneficiary. We are saying to you that we do not want to see plenty of people on the seed program because we want people to earn their own living. We want to create opportunities so that you could do your own thing and develop yourselves. So we want to create opportunities.
Igwe.
Me rolling every time you hear that clip, me roll.
Now Judas Jude. Mayday, you gallivant, you get on. You beat up on the Public Workers Union. People say you inside school children and say that, I don't know, they say you inside people to boo Mr. Grimes. Senator Joseph, what is the situation in terms of the dealing of salary negotiation with the Public Workers Union? Because we hear you gloat about teachers take it all in and police prisons. What is the state of play? Should we go and ask Public Service Commission or we could ask you? So we want to know what is the state of play? And is it because newfound hatred for the president, Mr. Grimes, causing you to drag your foot on negotiations? The people watching. The people watching. You go know about the actors Rios and the men's right? Because he's a lawyer, Senator Claudette Joseph. By act or omission, with a guilty mind. I hope you don't operating on that with the Public Workers Union. Yeah, Carl?
Not yet. Folks, that's our fun day in Grand Mall going on right now on the screen. So those of you home, you know, you could still get a peep.
What, Igwe, you're in your element?
The place nice down there, man.
Yeah, man. Down there a bit far for us.
Yeah, far.
We'll make a trip down there.
Igwe, before this present administration came into power, they speak a lot about agriculture, planting spice, planting nutmeg, transforming. But you know, they don't appointing people to post within the ministry like the persons for the extension, the chief extension officer, Igwe. They make the pest management people go so pests could run hard work in this country. But yet still, the Minister of Agriculture comes on and talk utter nonsense. Why are you taking all the extension officers and send them in for each and other things for? So, agriculture don't need extension officers anymore? Igwe.
But it's a party that used to beat up on agriculture before, you know.
Yes, yes.
And then people doing anything for
they had all the answers.
But you have only 2 workers in Gambra cultivating over 200 and something acres of land.
But I want to ask the Minister of Education, I don't want to ask you, of agriculture. The project to get the $26 million, what you have to do, you do the project already? Because all in the year, we came here and say unless that project is not done to get that money, nothing will happen. You know, because they only budget for salaries for the Ministry of Agriculture. No projects. So that's why we don't see no project in agriculture, and we see that a long time. Remember I come here and I see that $26 million. I want to know if they write up the project already, Minister of Agriculture. I want to know if the project is already written and submitted so we could get the $26 million.
After 1 year, they can't say what they have done for agriculture?
Because I keep saying how who lose money, NNP lose money. But what is happening to the Ministry of Agriculture? And you're finding other suitable position for the extension officers. You see yet to appoint the chief extension officer. What is going on? Where is all the solutions? And Minister of Health, the question is how many more people must die because of your negligence? Watch. In other jurisdiction, KB, this guy lose his work.
Yeah, he had to resign.
Give me the chorus, Igwe. In other jurisdiction, the Minister of Health with the death of this nurse because of the medication which he lie about, he losing his work.
But the husband had to buy.
But they can't make him go because of the 1.7 million from GDP. Yeah. You see how the thing tie up? So when we come here and we talk about the GDP 1.7, people say we calling people private business. But you see now, he like an albatross wrong with neck now. They can't get rid of him. Because they saying how you go pay back that money.
But Master Carl, where this family getting $1,500 to pay for medication, boy?
Yeah. Let's take the call.
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Carl.
Hey.
What happened with the island gas? They say all you lie.
Hey?
They say all way you find out what happened to the island gas.
Well,
they say that all you lie.
Well, NDC in power.
Lie about what?
The island gas, what all you saying green in the happen. How will it look? They cannot see a record. So you have no record.
Well, they could go and explore for it now.
Yeah, they
Carla.
did.
Go and drill. Let it go and drill about it now.
Carla.
Yes, Mr. Carl.
Miss Clarice Modest asked about medication. Mr. Telesford lie. Mr. Kano lie. The Prime Minister lie. Mr. Lacquette lie. So how could you believe when they say you don't have no record? You can't believe these people on them.
That is on record, and what news is that saying they cannot find no records about the island gas, what all you were saying all you had.
Carla, you have a word kakistocracy. Kakistocracy. It means when people are not suitable or competent for government. So they're not suitable and they're not competent. Maybe they didn't even know where to look for it.
But tell Mr. Keith to look for the thing and tell us let us look for the
I can't take on all of that stupidness.
No. You don't say that.
Yeah, I see that.
No, man, you don't do that.
I can't take on that. Don't call
No,
me
you
that.
don't do that. How could they don't call that? They are pertinent question because the government saying that the NMP lie about oil and gas. It is something to deal with.
Good nonsense.
No, man, it is something to deal with.
Nonsense, you go in this day.
They're not no nonsense, man. You see,
Hospital do a tablet.
they're looking for that.
No, she call and she distracted with that.
No, she don't distract.
Focus on the tablet.
Let's take a break here.
You got tired up with his old duck.
They tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes again. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash their lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So maybe I repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging, now we and I did what we prophesy to the country. Streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than
Igwe school children say they're looking to move Mr. Lacret to foreign affairs and put Mr. Handel in health. I don't know what difference that will make. I take the call. Handel in health. I don't know what difference that will make. Well, listen to the phone and not the radio.
Hello, good afternoon.
Aye.
Mr. Mascal, what's up?
Easy.
All right, great. The so-called want to be the frontline, probably media persons, the Facebook media person, the three media persons who would like to be frontline media, so-called media persons, and even the one newspaper person who is trying to make some noise there. Put all together, yeah, they cannot fit in the shoes of Dr. Mitchell. Great. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, they cannot take him down because the difference, especially the one who is ill talking, Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell is a gentleman, and that person is not a gentleman. Maybe trying to be, but is not and never be, never will be. Because it takes a man to be a man. Yeah? It has a lot to do with your personal integrity. And Doc has proved that all along. Yes, and no matter how they try, no matter what words, sorry, they were not able to make it. Have a blessed afternoon.
Yeah, man. You next one?
Not yet. I find the WhatsApp quiet today, though. I haven't got much WhatsApp calls today. I don't know.
You sure you walking?
But I want just Juki to make sure.
Yeah, you will. Now, the present government is on the back foot, because a lot of persons like Sheldon, Royalty, Mr. Pierre, Jenny, and Mosquito Man and them others calling them out. So they're looking for a distraction. So the caller, yes, people dying and that should be on the front burner and the stove should be burning. However, we cannot or we should not allow distractions to be go uncorrected. So when they talking this nonsense how they can't find information for oil, they couldn't find 2 million to pay for medication. And the nurse die as a result of do having medication. So why concern yourself about gas and oil and you couldn't find, you say you have to check the bills to see if the payment worthy of settling. These are the prevailing issues, but they are showing out distractions. And we have to be aware. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon, brother.
Let us trace back to 1999. And Dr. Mitchell had a press conference. And I think one of the media asked Dr. Mitchell about a question if they have any orders about Eddie Frederick. He used to be on GBN. And the man get a court order to ban Eddie Frederick from GBN. So from since that, I want to tell myself that man hates Dr. Mitchell from since that kind of a thing was happened. You understand? So those surprised when that man coming out and he saying all the derogative things about Dr. Mitchell and we the NNP supporters and then kind of a thing. Though we don't have to surprise that kind of a thing because you know the thing when you the transformation water. That's the kind of thing they're going to come out and say and on top of that they will say you don't care. So you have to expect this kind of thing from this NDC people and them. And people who go in and join these people after you spend how many years, you know, looking after people, look after caring government who look after the needs of poor and vulnerable people to uplift themselves out of poverty, to go and join them to put back people in poverty. It's sickening. But what I want to say about the oil and gas situation, although yes, it's a distraction, but if the government want the people to know, all what they have to do is to go and get the research, go and do research. The documents are there, right, about the oil and gas situation. So they talking about this oil and gas situation and if who this and who that and what that and other thing. These are not the present issue right about now, you know, Carl.
I agree. Because they support Grindberg against Grenada already, you know, so they know. You're only pretending that it's just to throw more in the water.
I believe your phone cut off. Let me see.
Hello?
He cut off.
Yeah, any other call?
No, not yet.
So yes, Igor, like I was saying, the young lady in Rosehill.
She died.
She dead as a result of they don't seen how they could pay the $2 million. So a lot of things they don't seen. They don't seen the pain of the Grenadian public, because if they could go and have vigil and then have bingo, gambling, what Christ beat man for. They don't seen. They ain't seen that the Ministry of Agriculture, nothing happening. The only budget it was salary. The project, we asking the minister, you write the project or you get people to write the project to get this $26 million? Because half in the year coming up, you know. Nothing no happening in agriculture. And that is the crux of the matter. So you're just proving to the Grenadian public that you're not suitable and you're not competent for governance. So when we good friends say they know how to run country, lie. And every time, and one used to wonder, Igwe, we used to sit here and say, how come them and them don't go in on press conference while the Prime Minister alone going and lie? But we realize all man Jack, anytime they face some kind of question, he lies.
And he's the only man that could handle.
He could lie with a straight face. The others,
yeah.
the others, like they don't talk like Laco, like he choking. Yeah, let me take the call.
Hello?
Hey, yes, good afternoon. My phone just cut off.
You realize him.
Yeah, my phone have a little problem. Since I bring it and get some fixing, some repairs, that it just cut enough. I have to bring it back by the technician tomorrow. Yes, as I was saying with the oil and gas, I don't know if you all hear all that, if I was speaking and all that. There are places to get the research. And if these people are not competent enough, they will go and they want the people to know, they will go and go and get the information and let the people know. Say if Dr. Mitchell and the NNP was lying or not. But they don't want the people to know. So they leave them in the, with the blinded by these things. Yeah, but that is not the issue now in a car.
No.
The issue now is the health situation we are facing. No, look, I want to tell my mom. My mom wants to come back and spend her last days there. And I'm afraid to tell her come back here. I want to tell my mother just stay over here. It's not promising, it's not looking promising, it's looking very bleak.
Don't come.
It's looking very bleak. Could you imagine? They could call her, somebody could call her, and you could tell them send the ambulance, and they could tell you they can't send the ambulance, get your private vehicle and come down. Eh? You have to go and get simple Panadol. And then you go to have the Minister of Health coming out and say everything is okay. Everything is not okay, Mr. Minister. And you know everything is not okay. Why you coming and mislead the people? Why? Why you want, before you are opening your mouth, we don't know if you are speaking the truth, if you are lying, we don't know. We don't know what to believe from you all anymore. The people don't know. The people cannot take on if you are speaking the truth or not. So we need you all to come out clean with us. Come out clean and say the situation. Say if you all want to close down the general hospital to put a hotel. So you don't want to buy medication and you're making all that excuse. Tell us the truth. Say you want to move the hospital, but don't want to move the hospital and you have people just dying like flies. A colleague, a nurse to the size. Someone was making contributions to this nation. She family had to buy the medication. After you come out and say everything is okay, she family had to buy medication. You have to call the family to buy medication. That's for real. And the people are hurting about that. You know, I could have remembered a woman after NEC win. A woman say, yes, so we have a proper minister of health. She could afford to get sick. I want to tell a woman, don't call on my sickness, and I know it now. If you could afford to get sick now, don't call it down at you. It's frightening now, me boy. It's frightening. It's very frightening. Watch, if I'm sick, I'm afraid to go down there now.
Don't go down go by the private doctor and then med yourself. Don't go.
But what about if you don't have the money? Crap or smoke a pipe?
That's the thing.
If you don't have the money, crap or smoke your pipe. So what I'm saying, if you all cannot handle it, job, leave it, go back up. But you see the thing is, Carl, they will not back up and go because things nice for them inside. They don't care. They go down to the wire.
Not only things nice, you know. They don't find nothing else to do.
No, so they don't care. They ready to put $2,000 and they want, and I understand it is alleged they want to put up a couple more grand on their money.
They say fool.
So, right, so things nice. They never see all this kind of amount of money before, so they will never go and leave it. They don't care if we're dead. They don't care what happened to us after. But I want to tell myself, when election coming close, they go try to make all kind of people prominent, all kind of dog and cat. They go try to give them prominency and do all kind of things to keep them and to say, oh, you see how we make all prominent. They don't care.
That if the fiscal space allow that.
Yeah, but they don't
the
care.
The country might be in such dire straits. You can remember, things bad now, but you'll get worse, you know, because listen. The things, listen. The things that the NNP put in place, they still reaping the benefits. It might happen up to 2 years, and then their plans and program we're gonna really see.
Well, let's see. But I want to tell KB that $500 and something million all done. They have real money inside it. They just spiting the Grenadian people. Don't bother that. They spiting the Grenadian people. That money done. You will come and tell me $2 million. I thought it was 2015 or 2016. I'm talking about 2021 to 2022. How long that was? These people just spiting the Grenadian people. They had the money there. The money there. I know the money there. You can't spend $500 and something million in space of 1 year. That is impossible. You can't do that.
All right, brother. Thanks. And to give somebody else an extra.
Yes.
Yes. Let me say good.
I have a call on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's it.
Finally. Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon. I recalled in 2009, 2010, that the NDC sent Peter David, and I believe it was Mr. Church, but I know definitely Peter David. They sent him to Venezuela and Trinidad to delineate the boundaries between Grenada, Venezuela, and Trinidad, because the NDC stated that they discovered oil. That's in 2009, 2010. They said they discovered oil. So now they're trying to play games with that issue. But the NDC made a big issue then when they sent Peter to Venezuela to drop the boundaries with Grenada. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's facts.
See facts there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about.
Anyone again?
Not yet. You're coming.
Yeah, man. It's just distraction right now. They're on the back foot, Igwe. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to distract people.
They're working on us. All right, we are one on the WhatsApp. Hello.
Hi, hello.
How you doing?
I just wanted to make a couple. Everybody good?
Yeah, man.
Igwe, what's up?
I did.
Yeah, you're on Master Carlin and KB. The point I was trying to make is as KB was raising the issue with Eddie Frederick, he should have heard him after the elections. So it's just so happened that I just say, you know what, let me listen to Mr. Frederick after, because he's we friends on Facebook or whatever. And watch, it's only the earth that didn't open up and swallow me, Force this man say some disgusting things, He called NNP people dog. It's what he did not say about Dr. Mitchell and his supporters. And when you look at people that listen to him, when you look at the people and where they work and where thinking that people of this stature, people who are teachers, people who are bankers, people who are union leader members, is able to sit down and listen to this man have conversations about the political leader, the former political leader, not the former political, prime minister. You understand? Is to sit down and listen to this man. I had never opened the page again to listen to him. I never did because I think I don't have respect for somebody like that, especially if you're like, you speak well and you're somebody of a certain, class in society. And if that is the kind of hatred that's permeating coming from your mouth, then I cannot have respect for you. And then another thing, I think my condolences to the lady, the nurse who would have lost her life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this would be the first or the last or the circumstance in which citizens are losing their lives because of lack of medication or lack of negligence in the hospitals. So you just have to keep your guard up. Keep doing what you're doing in regards of enlightening the nation of what's happening, because I personally listened to the Mr. Telesford, where he said that the government, there was a bill prior, and I don't think he should have even opened his mouth and say something of that sort, because it sounds that like you're incompetent. You meet a bill there, it is in the best interest of the people, it's the nation's health, you clear it. You clear it, and then you come to Parliament and say, well, this is what we would have met, and we paid X amount on the bill, and we were able to secure some medication. This would have sounded much better than you come in and talk about a bill you meet there. But anyway, Mr. KB, this man, you need to go way back after the elections to listen the vile, nasty things he would have been saying in his mouth, a man of his caliber. Y'all good?
Yeah, we good.
But caller.
All right.
Caller.
Yes.
Eddie could say what he want, but the fact that the cooperative bank is a sponsor.
Exactly right.
That
and you
what
know,
raised an issue.
Exactly. And you know something? That is something that I thought of, because the commercial, the ad is Grenada powered by Grenada Cooperative Bank, and I'm thinking that how this bank could associate itself with a man that can speak doesn't say nothing nice about persons that are banking in your institution. Oh, it's sickening. And let me tell you, and as I said, it's the people that listen to him. The same with the KJ, the Kem Jones. The people that listen to them. It's just crazy to me that you could condone and listen to these kinds of people explain. Y'all are cake, Y'all are doing an excellent job because you don't go down that nasty road. The road they're going down is nasty. You don't go down that road, so people would have a lot of respect for y'all. But I mean, I don't see it. I ain't see it at all. And then, the young people are getting I would say, young people getting frustrated. A lady from the Ministry of Youth passed here the other day. She said she was doing something on behalf is USAID, on behalf of the Ministry of Youth, and how they have a lot of money, and they're trying to do a survey in regards to the young boys on the block or whatever. So when she finished, I asked her, I said, well, when are you, in sometime in the months upcoming, we're going to see what's happening. You have to put together. So apparently, it's just like a quick fix. They want to say that they were able to do something, but I mean, this doesn't happen just like that. You didn't hear the Minister of Youth come out and have no press conference or roll out the youth policy programs, and the youth programs, and then all of a sudden you see people from the Ministry of Youth on behalf of USAID or whoever coming to your doorstep to do survey. And then when you ask them when these things will do in a few months, that makes no sense to me. What you really doing? The young people on the block want something to do now. You had a whole year to put these things in place. They still have to wait for a couple months again.
Let me tell you something. After the end of June into July, you go hear the massacre, because the assault will be on the Imani and the wardens. Mark my word, I said so.
Yes, the Imani, anywhere anybody was placed by the new national party, they will be sent home. Nobody is safe. And that is the thing. Because once the new national party gets back in office, I don't think that, it would be right to just take this same set of people and send them home. So you should not have done that. You should have left the people there. And then at the end of the day, create jobs on the side for your people. That would have been the best way. You would have been able to stay there years. But you're staying there no time. If you reach 5 years, good for you. Because you pull in your pockets. But if you wouldn't be able to get an Tom again grader here. If Grenadians put these people back into office, they're wicked again. Because that is happening here, there is nothing positive. What are the Master Carl? What I want to know the positive things that would have happened on the last year, that would have benefited the people that needed it the most for the last year.
Yeah, we need to hear that.
I really would like to hear that. You can't, the teacher you pay the teachers didn't benefit the youth. Paying the pensioners didn't benefit the young people.
2%.
What else? You fill your pockets, you take loan, you're flying like if you're bored.
Yeah.
Nothing for the farmers. The Ministry of Health is in shambles. No medication. People not pay. How is it that you could tell me somebody reach in the emergency room and they don't have that medication to give them to stabilize them or whatever the situation is? You have to call for. Where is communist? That's communist.
After they say they settle it and he have.
Why they didn't go by GDB and get loan to buy medication or to pay off the medical bill? That probably wouldn't be possible.
That is important.
But my thing is, you're giving people all this money and the country is in a state. You go and give people personal loans and you stand up and say that GDB is not for that.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, you take care and don't let your pressure raise, man.
Oh, you crazy?
Everything is for a time, and everything happens in the fullness of time.
Pressure.
All right, take
I don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah, bye-bye.
It's a sad situation. You have one day again?
Not yet. Yeah.
Oh, you take it.
Hello?
Hi.
Bro.
Boy. Watch. Let they go and interfere with the money. There the trouble started. As they interfere with the money, there the trouble started, because them young people and them go turn back. And when you hear the young people turn back, you know what happening? There the trouble will start. Let them go and interfere with the money. Thank you.
See, once the Imani start, then the thing go break away. Yeah, you go. So, by the state or society governed by its least suitable and competent citizens, that will have happening here now. You see, when you don't know Igwe, you take counsel. And I would have thought that the present administration would have really looked to take counsel from persons who know. Because the hunting for green blood in the ministries and a lot of information such as networking, persons should have known about networking, but afraid to tell them, because if they tell them about networking and they hear and they listen to Real FM and they hear Real FM talk about networking, they go see that person leak the information. So men just watching them doing shootings and not tell them nothing. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon to the panel.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Listening. Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Hello. Listen to me. The only thing NDC doing, and they say they have 1 year, I don't see what they do
for this 1 year. All they do was just cutting ribbons. That is all they was doing, just cutting ribbons. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were just cutting ribbons. All the things that Dr. Mitchell did, the road up in Happy Hill, all them
Kumaro, they take it as theirs.
yes, they cut the ribbon for that, and they do not as if it's them what do it. They cut all them health center in Hopeville and all them places. They was just cutting ribbons. They don't even do nothing for themselves yet. All they're doing just cutting Dr. Kit Mitchell ribbons. Mm-hmm. Yes, and they're applauding themselves on that. And people say they do a lot. What they do? 1 year, I don't see they do anything. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too, take care. Let's take a small break and come back.
What time is it? 10 minutes. We have 10 more minutes.
Yeah, let's take a break.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. But yet own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash their lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley.
But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw.
I don't need to close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So maybe I repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging, now we and I did one week. From Versailles to the country, streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Another date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the concert comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and dog on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with rage me.
Just to win an election. And we need to overcome these things. We need to provide services for our people. When you elect someone into office, that person becomes like a trustee for you. And they have to act on your behalf. Not for the personal benefits and to victimize people. What we've been seeing in recent times is more victimization. Once they identify you as not supporting a particular political party, they want to deprive you of opportunities. Brothers and sisters, the resources of the country must be used for all the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, irrespective of your political connection. You don't need to support a political party to get on the seed program. If you fall within the category, you should be a beneficiary. We are saying to you that we do not want to see plenty of people on the seed program because we want people to earn their own living. We want to create opportunities so that you could do your own thing and develop yourselves. So we want to create opportunities.
Yes, Igwe.
One of the school child asked Igwe if the MP for Carriacou, so a school child from Carriacou, I want to ask the MP from Carriacou if he just get licensed recently. Because they say they used to see him driving before. But they see now the license thing open up there and they see him taking photograph with license. They want to know if he just get.
Hello, on the WhatsApp.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Mr.
how are
Carl,
you?
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
How long Mr. Cornwall was working in ministry before he became a minister?
But I don't know, he worked in the ministry for a while, then he left and went out of the country and worked. I don't know the
Yeah, but
exact
did he
count of time.
work in the did he work there? Did he work in the ministry during 2008 up to 12?
I'm not too certain. I could check that out.
Okay, because what I'm saying, he work in the ministry and they should know when Ali Gill and Peter David and them went and ting the bunker for the gas with Trinidad.
Yes, they
The
know.
oil.
They know.
So then why are they saying that they can't find anything now?
They know about Grindberg and all too.
You understand? So I don't understand. And I listen to Parliament, and when these people and them giving all this lie, the others knocking the table.
Yeah. I thought I was the only person that
Could you
noticed
imagine
that.
that?
They're knocking the table hard.
I listen the rest of the program. Thanks.
All right, okay.
Bless. Oh no.
Yes, Igwe. So they want to know if the representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, if he just get license. A school child asking why this government keep making excuses when they had all the solutions for the country before the election. So they say stop fooling the people. They say you have to stop telling lies because the people have to trust you, and with all the lies you're telling, people don't believe in you. And I still want to ask Mr. Lacret, how many more must die before you come straight? Because at the end of the day, you spoke and then you didn't come straight. You want any call again?
Not yet, Igwe.
We got to take one more.
We could take one more and give somebody 2 minutes. Are we accepting a last call? 4420175.
The timer on.
Right, we are one.
Yeah, let's take
we
it.
are one on the WhatsApp. Hello on the WhatsApp.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, afternoon. I wonder if Mr. Lacret, who is the Minister of Health, know he have a great responsibility to the nation. Because as a minister of the gospel, the whole country is in his hands. The commandment said, "Thou shalt not lie."
Yeah.
And he lied, so he broke one of the commandment.
Yeah.
Don't know how many more he breaks. But for that one, he broke that one. And the ministers that surround him, he should have been guiding them into the truth.
Yes.
To do what is right and
Into
what is
magnificent
pleasing,
light.
not only to man but to God.
Yes.
Because he has a great responsibility in his hand. He should embrace it and do what is right. As Grenada is known as a nation, a religious nation, a Christian nation. Okay? He should be doing it what is right. So I hope you take warning and don't make that mistake again. Thou shalt not lie. That is one of the commandments he breaks. And serving false witnesses. Okay then, thanks.
All right, take care. Igwe?
Yes. So that was it?
Yeah.
Your last one?
We could take a last one.
Yeah, let me take it,
just
let me
kidding.
take
One. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon. Lower your radio down, please.
Yeah. So that last call, they were right because as a minister of the gospel, he should lead them to the right way, and if he can lead them to the right way, he don't make sense. So I believe it's time for his members and cabinet to take a back seat and let those who could do it, do it.
All right, caller. Them just making the gospel hard to preach, Igwe.
Yeah. I make it hard for people to believe it because you're a pastor and you're lying.
Yeah.
I still want to give somebody one more minute.
Good afternoon, Anthony, too.
Hello? On the WhatsApp, you have 1 minute. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that person no serious. So we. Any final words, agree?
Well, the final word is stop fooling the people. And if I don't know, all you can make it just go.
Yeah, that is all.
So.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted.